People are predicting it will wipe out whole industries.
Jack Poe, CEO of Ansible Health, had ChatGPT take 3 versions of the U.S. medical licensing test. It passed all 3.
Attorneys, realtors, are we going to be out of a job?
The Great Attention Recession is no longer knocking at your door. It kicked it open, stole your focus, and now it's coming for your job and your business. In November of 2022, Pandora's box was opened when artificial intelligence went mainstream through a site called ChatGPT. In just 5 days, it amassed over 1 million users. ChatGPT is an AI chatbot auto-generative system created by OpenAI.
Type in a request and it can write legal documents, software, even school essays.
It pulls data from textbooks, websites, and articles to model language to respond to human interaction. And it just put all quiet quitters on notice.
Oh crap.
AI is here and will bring on a change we haven't seen since the Industrial Revolution, in which no job and no one will be left untouched. It's no longer hyperbole to say that we face the greatest advantage of the 21st century while simultaneously facing the greatest threat to our mental health and livelihoods. Leaders of the future will need to compete at a level that they are wildly unprepared for. To demonstrate how momentous this change will be, the CEO of ChatGPT expressed his own concerns.
Best case is like so unbelievably good that it's like hard for me to even imagine. And the bad case, and I think this is like important to say, is like lights out for all of us.
University students have even used it to submit papers, while attorneys have used it to come up with legal arguments with striking accuracy. There are 2 things you need to know urgently. The second is the most important of all, and I've got a free resource for you to help prepare you for the change that we're already experiencing. The first, you must understand, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. Right now, ChatGPT is free and it's in its testing phase. Millions of users are conversing with it to help them to do their jobs more effectively, while simultaneously training the AI on how to do their job better than what they will be able to do themselves in the future. It will grow smarter and faster than what humans could ever do. It doesn't take holidays, sick days, or complain.
I'm gonna hang up on you and pretend it was an accident.
You're fired.
While many are downplaying it to say ChatGPT's responses to questions are basic, it's key to understand. The output is only as good as the input. People are already sharing prompts online to get better results from it. It has the capacity to replace countless workers, from coders, copywriters, marketers, attorneys, sales trainers, and data analysts. Which leaves us wondering, will jobs and businesses adapt or die? Thankfully, guardrails appear to be in the works. ChatGPT is working on a watermark that will be hidden in the content, which will make plagiarism easier to spot. I also suspect we'll start to see browser extensions that will alert people when AI is being used. A site called GPT-0 has already been created for educators to help them detect when students are using it. It went viral on January 3rd this year, hitting 7 million views. However, as the AI gets smarter and learns better how to mimic human language as well as credibility, I have to question how effective these tools will be in the future. Especially as humans begin to mimic the language and writing style that the AI is spitting out at them. Secondly, this could have huge implications for companies whose employees use it to write content and optimize it for Google search. Google's search advocate, John Mueller, says content automatically generated with AI is considered spam. If Google places a strike against businesses in the search results for using it, it could be do or die for smaller businesses that rely on that website traffic to generate sales. Regardless of how it unfolds, countless professionals will have to adapt or be forced out. This all depends on how it gets embedded into existing tech.
We do have breaking news just moments ago. Microsoft is to boost its investment in ChatGPT maker OpenAI. Right now, they are considering an investment of $10 billion. Of course, it comes on the heels of Microsoft announcing layoffs.
AI could also be integrated into Microsoft products in the future, with Google already ramping up progress, as well as China indicating that they'll be releasing their own AI very soon. Thankfully, it appears the CEO is intent on rolling out ChatGPT as responsibly as possible understanding the impact it will have.
One of the things we really believe is that the most responsible way to put this out in society is very gradually, and to get people, institutions, policymakers, get them familiar with it, thinking about the implications, feeling the technology, getting a sense for what it can do and can't do very early, rather than drop a super powerful AGI in the world all at once.
But despite a cool head at the top, we have to consider that without any regulations that exist right now, we'll experience in the not so distant future the following. 1. More sophisticated email scammers. 2. More political propaganda. 3. Customer service reps being replaced with AI. 4. Copywriters and content creators could be creating less and operating AI more. 5. Graphic designers. Right now we have AI that can create logos, while Stable Diffusion can create complete images. But Getty Images has filed a lawsuit against the company, allegedly for scraping its content. This is one to watch because the lawsuits have only just started. 6. Social media managers have already reported having clients ask for discounts if they use AI. 7. Fake credentials, where people use AI to mimic an intelligence that won't stand up in real life.
You know, these are some of my favorite books and authors. Oh, what are you reading right now?
Oh boy.
Well, I'm sort of between books right now.
Yeah? What was the last thing you read? He's got you on the ropes now.
Well, I'm actually rereading a lot of stuff.
Yeah? Like what? Just tap out.
8. Higher rates of burnout. Algorithms will become flooded with information. The problem is there are only so many eyeballs, which will see many give up because they can't cut through the noise. 9. Our sense of reality will be shuttered. Users have already used it to create conversation starters in dating apps. And 10. A full throttle attention recession. And it's this last piece that's the most important. But first, I believe that we will hit a point where companies and individuals will be shamed for using it before it's embraced, just like the automobile.
Shame, shame, shame! Shame on you!
I even suspect that, like Google's ban, Meta and other social media platforms may be forced to temporarily ban it because they won't be able to keep up with a tsunami of new information people are posting online. I also expect we'll see a movement similar to people going from processed to organic food, where we become fanatical about checking the labels. But right now, we already have early adopters rushing to take advantage of it because it lowers staffing costs, time and energy, without fully understanding the consequences to humanity as a whole. The next thing we must consider is the attention recession. The human brain can only process so much information. Social media has already brought about information overload and an attention recession in which people are turning off their devices, becoming easily distracted and burnt out. According to OpenText, their survey found that 80% of global workers are already suffering from information overload, while 76% felt that information overload contributes to their daily stress. We're already drinking out of a fire hose of information, and using a tool like ChatGPT will need to become fact checkers. But because its answers are so convincing, even if they're wildly incorrect at times, for many it'll become a bottleneck before a benefit. This saying sums it up perfectly. An infinite number of monkeys will eventually give you Shakespeare if you give them typewriters. We're looking at complete saturation at the hands of people who are not necessarily qualified to share it and lack context and true understanding of the content the AI produces. It will completely change the way we think and behave in the world as we know it. In all of this, of course there will be opportunities. The leaders of the future will be able to tune out the noise and adapt to this rapid change while keeping stress and anxiety at bay. These leaders will hold the lion's share of the opportunities. But to be the lion and adapt quickly, you need to prepare. I've got a free download for you below so you can focus on what matters most right now while considering the future we're barreling towards.